What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the EU4 AI only battle. Things are going on. It got crazy last episode. We saw India get their freedom and then China just came in straight away and bulldozed through them. Although it didn't matter because they didn't take too much. And I think India could now go on to have quite a good game if they can avoid China and then start to build up, maybe attack the British while they've got this peace deal. If they can build up an army, because they had no time to build an army in that last sort of before they got invaded. We've seen some more other cool stuff going on. So there's been some big wars in Europe, in particular Yugoslavia and Romania have been getting slapped about a bit. And now, after Norway was sort of decimated by Sweden, we are seeing the Soviets go in to finish off Finland. It's 1976. I'm not sure how long we're going to keep this game going. I think 2017 was sort of the target I set. Obviously, that's the year we're in. So if we can try and get to that, that'd be quite nice. We're going at a good pace. I'm happy. It's episode 10. Episode 11, sorry. So, I mean, we're about halfway, so we should be fine to make it as far as we want. There's still plenty of separatists in the Soviet Union. No surprises there. These guys must be struggling for manpower, though. They've got some strong allies. I thought they were friends with Britain for a minute. No, they're not. Brazil, Italy, Netherlands, a few small nations, Saudi Arabia, Manchukuo. They're pretty good. They've got some good alliances if they ever needed them. Don't think they would at the moment, until they get broken apart by somebody. They don't really need them. The Australia and Portugal peace out. No, but Australia got rid of Portugal. So that's fine. Actually, how have Australia got such a good war score? Must be because they've got. Can't just be because they've got that one island. Must have won a few battles, I guess. Brazil is invading Peru, and the US are no longer even here. They were watching Brazil by the look of it because they had a load of troops in southern Mexico. They've all returned. Actually, they might be about to invade Mexico. That's why. That's not good. Oh, China's in another war. Kangra, Tibet, and Patiala. No idea who any of those nations are, really. Well, I know who Tibet is, but the other two. Dang it, China. Dang it. No. Okay, so China at war with Tibet, and then these two small nations off the side here. Well, China's going to steamroll this, aren't they? I mean, their troops were already in Tibet returning from India. So they're going to find this pretty easy, I imagine. They're doing okay, China. Whereabouts are they? That's currently they've overtaken the UK. The loss of India has put Britain down to 3rd on the Great Powers list. The US now leads China, Britain in 3rd, Germany 4th, Japan 5th. The Soviet Union has fallen down to 6th. Not sure how they've managed that. Brazil was 7th, and India making their sort of debut appearance already ahead of France on that list. But some wars have come to an end. I'm not exactly sure all of them, but this one's over. Nothing happened, I don't think. Bolivia didn't lose anything. Also, Australia and Portugal came to an end, and Australia actually took back the other side of Timor. So that's a good job, Australia. There's also this big war between Britain and France raging on. France, who are now no longer deemed a great power. That's kind of a shock. China v those nations. Brazil, Peru, and the Soviets versus Finland. But yeah, India's already up to 7th in the Great Powers, 8th in the Great Power list, which is obviously why Britain are no longer 1st, because they lost the equivalent of a whole great power that they controlled. And I'm sure that can happen again, you know. Sure there's other nations, actually there's probably nothing else controlled by Britain that would be a great power on its own, but, you know, Pakistan, or is it British Persia here, that would be quite a big nation to lose. The British Arabia, if they lost that would be quite a big blow too. Okay, so 4 wars, that's all good. We know what's going on. The Soviet Union is taking its time, and it's actually only took one province just there in that peace deal. You may as well have finished them off, but fine. You do you. Oh, and a new war. Gwalior v Hadoti. Oh, and oh my goodness, okay. that seemed like a simple war between two nations. I had no idea where they were, and all of a sudden, it became huge. I actually need to find one of those nations. I'm pretty sure they're in India. Yeah, there you go. That's this green nation, Gwalior. It's a bit of a mess, but we'll see how things go for them. Okay, let's just go focus in on Brazil, because they are, as you'd expect, dominating Peru. Mexico's just watching, and the US definitely looks like it's getting ready to invade Mexico. I'm going to be honest. They were thinking about, I think they were thinking about going after Brazil, just to sort of slow them down, maybe release like Venezuela, Colombia again. But yeah, now it looks like maybe Donald Trump might have been voted in the 70s, and he might be about to invade. But I mean, Winston has been in charge for like decades now. He is like, he's your #1 president, you know. You need him. See, Canada, last episode, finally did something aggressive and finished off Newfoundland. They probably won't do anything else. They're probably happy now. They've achieved all their goals for the entire history of their lifetime. Oh, Mexico decides, no, let's not save the little nation. Actually, Brazil ate up a massive chunk of Peru. Mexico is now at war with Peru, but it doesn't matter because they won't be able to get over there. Oh my goodness, big wars. Britain is still in this big war with France, which is going in France's way. But it's kind of hard to tell what's going on because it's just such a global conflict. Glory have been dominated, and China's also winning. So let's go have a look at India quickly. I think we're going to see the disappearance of this green nation in a minute. And any second now. Oh, and Hadoti got bigger and they shrunk. And I think these blue guys gained one thing. They're still alive. India has already got a 54 stack. Like, that wouldn't have saved them, but it would have helped last time round. And they're building up. They're going to have a lot of manpower, I imagine. Probably a good thing they didn't even have an army when China came in, because now they can start to build one up, and they can start to crush their neighbours as well. China is crushing Tibet. They haven't actually made it to the other two nations in this war just yet. Mexico, Peru. Okay, China has got 92 war scores, so they're doing okay for themselves. If China take all of Tibet, that could be huge, because then they've got a real border with India. I mean, they've got one, but a much bigger one. Actually, do they have anywhere where they border an Indian province? Not like main India. They've got this random province that borders. That'll be interesting. Interesting to see how Britain defends all their stuff as well. 97 war score now for China. And just expecting that peace deal any second. It's now... Oh, what? Someone got separate peace. Who was it? Kangra. These guys. Patiala was separate peace. Nothing happened. It was just a white peace. And, oh my goodness, Tibet is basically now Nepal, I think, if I remember correctly. Tibet is all now in China, and Kangra is also going to be annexed any second now. Yep, there we go. China just grew pretty big, and not US big, but that was pretty big. Tibet is now basically what Nepal was before Tibet took them out. But India may end up taking out Tibet, which would make things very interesting. But India, plenty of nations for them to go after. See, they'd try to drive the British out as well, which would be interesting. It seems like they're trying to get an alliance with the Soviets. And saying that, there we go. India, we're going to finish off the newly small nation of Gwalior. They're making a start. New Gandhi, aggressive Gandhi, by the look of it. Dalut Khan Surasina, cool name, is leading. Egypt still being led by Muhammad Ali. You've been very quiet this game, Egypt. I know you're surrounded by colonies, so it's difficult. Jeez, Muhammad Ali. Wait, I think this is a different Muhammad Ali. Because, like, this one's only... Yeah, everyone's called Muhammad Ali. What a country, eh? Everyone is just Muhammad Ali. Kedar, France. Okay, you're winning. Apparently. I can see British Sudan is mostly French. But I see French Equatorial Africa has been taken over by the British. This is a huge war. Like, if I was involved in that war, if I was playing, I would very much struggle to deal with all of this. Mexico's at 0 war score. Of course they are, because Brazil is now... Did Brazil move up? Oh my goodness. Brazil are above Japan. The Soviet Union have fallen down. Oh, but that's because they haven't embraced an institution. Okay, that makes more sense. That's probably why the Soviets are trying. I mean, this map does not help at all, because everything's green. It feels like they haven't gone for globalization. That appears to be what it is, because they are very big. It takes probably a bit longer. But once they embrace that, I imagine they'll jump back up again to sort of... Probably not that high. And what is it? Oh, that's rating. They'll probably jump up again to about 4th ahead of Germany once they get that, because its tech cost is damaging their score. So they should probably be above Germany once they've got that. Once they're back to normal. Oh, wait, who is this? Oh, that's just inside Brazil. Argentinian separatists. There's... Okay. Whatever. It's just 3 wars. Ah. This is a different war. It's pretty big. India, though, the war I thought it was, got rid of Gwalior. That's nice to know. But, dang, China, you are going after Manchukuo, aren't you? You just want to be huge all of a sudden. You just took all of Tibet. Are you even sure your stability can handle this? Also, who's your leader? He's a 114. That doesn't seem great, but, here we go. The second great power in the world versus 7th. And the Soviets, 89, 88, 89. Okay, they're balanced. They're pretty balanced. Let's see how this pans out. China should make the early gains, but Manchukuo's pretty strong. Like, I mean, China will crush them obviously individually, but they've got 50 stack. You know, that'll at least burn through some manpower and actually sieging out Beijing at the moment. If Japan got involved, that would make things just a little bit more interesting. Mexico. Oh wait, Mexico. I was slagging you off. You have actually got troops into Peru. I have no idea whether you're actually going to take this or you're just going to, like, you know, just invade. Brazil is starting to struggle. There's Peruvian separatists, Ecuadorian separatists. Okay, Brazil could struggle here because Brazil have got numbers. But if it keeps going on, like if they get to Soviet Union levels of rebels, they will be in trouble. Although saying that, they are allied to the Soviet Union, which is probably why the US backed off. Oh my goodness. Portugal and their buddies are attacking British East Africa, Kedah, and British Somaliland. India went after Patiala and have got themselves a war with a lot of nations, which probably isn't the end of the world for them. India, yeah, they're actually kind of small. For India, it's just an opportunity to take out lots of nations all at once and continue their growth. And it's a good time for India to grow because obviously they've got that peace treaty with China, which keeps them safe, and now China. I have no idea what this Portuguese war is all about, but something to do with British East Africa, which is obviously at the moment heavily involved in the French war. But yeah, let's see. Are the Soviets? Where are your troops, Soviet Union? Oh, they're all here. They're coming in through into eastern China. Lots and lots of them. While the Chinese are themselves, I believe, launching. They got troops sort of wandering around, but for the most part, launching their invasion into Manchukuo. They must feel pretty confident, I guess, or they wouldn't have declared the war. But oh, Britain controls all of French Indochina. Let's see. Yeah, we should start to see India really start to blob out here. There's some of the bigger nations. Deccan will be pretty tough to take out, probably the toughest, and they're allied with most of these guys, and China in the Soviet Union. Okay, maybe they don't want to take them out, but everyone else but Deccan, maybe they can take out. 55 war score. Okay, Mexico and India, they're nations doing well. There's that big British-French war, which I'm not really paying any attention to. But there's no actual conflict in Europe. The US got a 30 stack stationed in Britain. Not sure why. Just keeping an eye on Germany maybe, because Germany are massive, despite staying very peaceful, which is good of them. Nice of them. Nice and kind of them. Okay, let's go over to Peru, which is no longer going to exist. Or cease to exist. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Let's see. Oh, nothing happened. Peru, you're not even under Mexico's control. Nothing happened. That was a pointless war, but good job. You killed people, you know, for no reason. That's the true sense of the human spirit right there. Okay, India, you're doing okay. Okay, this is back big. The Soviets are coming in. They're occupying stuff. China's occupying stuff. It's all going to be a mess. 66 war score. 10 war score in China's favour, by the way, here, mainly because they're crushing Manchukuo. I think that's about to start to change as the Soviets hit back. I wonder if now there was a time to attack the Soviet Union, Germany could do it now. Also, Denmark is being annexed. I did not notice that, but good job. You're about to gain 2 provinces more. Germany slowly taking over the world compared to everyone else who's doing it aggressively. And the US aren't really doing anything. They just sort of sat here. We don't like China. We're rifled with China, but you don't have any. Oh my god, you got rid of what's his face? He was doing so well. Why did you get rid of Winston? Adolphus Boscawen. Doesn't sound like that's the sort of name you people would vote in. Like Adolphus. Was there really people called Adolphus in the US in 1979? In saying that, Britain have got a Frederick. I mean, he is an emperor, so I guess he's the king. But also the Queen's found. Oh my goodness, that is a good heir. Either way. You are struggling at the moment. Oh, new wars. Bolivia v Peru. That is probably the end of Peru. Mexico v Venezuela. Jeez, Mexico. Did you really need to do this? Is this a different Indian war? Or is it the same one? No, it's the same one. Okay then. Bolivia will probably finish Peru off after they fought alongside each other a minute ago. All of Mexico's troops are in Brazil at the moment. And they're going to finish off what remains of Venezuela once they get back over here. Okay, we should see a peace deal between India and all these little nations pretty soon. So The spirit of Gandhi is leading them on their charge. Their enemies are Britain and France. Their rivals are Italy. Why are rivals then? Why are they not like China? I know China's probably too big, but still, China has got a lot of enemies. Britain, Japan, Soviet Union, US. So if Japan declared war on China right now, there would actually be an opportunity to really cause China problems. Not just like a white peace deal that I would expect from this war, where they'll just be like, oh, yeah, we've killed loads of each other's troops. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Belgium, Congo now attacking British East Africa, and Kedah keep joining. I think that's because they're a colony owned by British East Africa. Kedah, Italian Somaliland v British East Africa. I don't know what British East Africa has done. By the way, India is separate piecing people. I have no idea where they were previously. But, you know, they are starting to swallow up a lot of this land. Well, Portugal and now Belgium. Yeah, British East Africa's having a tough time. That sucks for you. No, we've already seen that war. Where's the highest war score? It is for India, so let's go and have a look at them. Wait, why didn't you occupy everybody? Just take them all. Don't be scared. Be greedy, India. This is your land. You've been denied this by British imperialism for years. You should be getting to it. Oh my goodness, we have so many enemies. I'm glad I'm not in this universe as Great Britain, where the empire has not collapsed yet somehow. I'm very glad. Let me know what country you'd like most to live in this world. As of right now, I mean, the US and Canada seem like pretty safe bets. They've both been very quiet. Portugal, actually no, Portugal's not been that quiet. Who else has been incredibly quiet? Germany's been relatively quiet, I guess. Obviously, you'd want to live in Iceland or New Zealand. They've both been nice and quiet since they got their independence, at least Iceland. You know what, Afghanistan probably is quite a nice place to live. You know, they've been very, very quiet this game. How the hell did they grab this province, by the way? Have they always had that? How'd they get that? I have no idea. I mean, they haven't been in any wars this entire game, so, you know, I mean, from that point of view, they've done pretty well. Oh, why the heck are the French over here? Lots of peace deals, no real idea where they were. India is all done. I mean, they're a bit bigger now. Have they moved up the list? No, they're still 8th. Soviet Union still haven't globalized. They're keeping themselves well behind that Iron Curtain. Bolivia are making some progress by the looks of it. Maybe. There was 3 wars against British East Africa. I believe the Portuguese. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Portugal took quite a bit and have formed their own new colony. Or haven't formed a colony yet. They're just owning it for themselves. They might form one though. France have got 26 war score. Kedah, in their war for independence, have got 26 war score. Italian Somaliland is now making its own push. By the looks of it, yep, over here. So are the Belgian troops over there. And Bolivia has got 100 war score. Let's go and say goodbye to Peru. Oh, you didn't kill them. You left them 1 province. That's nice of you, Bolivia. Probably not the best idea, but, you know, considering you are probably going to get abused by Brazil very soon. In the nicest possible way of putting it. Another war just ended. Once again, I have no idea what it was. But it can't have been too important. A lot of colonial wars, that's all I know. Lots of stuff going on over here. Oh, the French War. No, that's still going on. Never mind. I can't even remember what it was, so it can't have been that important. It might have been a war against British East Africa. That seems to have been what most wars have been for. No, all of those are still being fought. I don't see anything then. But China, in the west of China, there's Soviet troops coming in. There's a lot of Chinese troops being built though, and here's some more Soviets now towards Manchukuo. Going to be a lot of losses in this war, and India is going to change the government form of Tibet. Yep, that's definitely what you're doing. Italian Somaliland ate into British East Africa. And yep, India is taking their chances. Also, oh, that's occupied by Manchukuo. I was going to say, how have they got all this? Now, France is coming in with a 60 stack to go and kill off British Indochina, it seems. Just walking through China there. And there we go. India going to finish off Tibet's short run as a big-ish nation on the map. Actually, that is going to be the next war, probably to have a peace deal in it. So we'll keep our eyes on that. There's 5 war score currently in China's favour. But as the Soviets send more and more in, that's going to change a little bit. Although saying that, China might have better manpower. I didn't check, so we'll never know. But we'll find out who wins. I don't even know what's going to happen. It'll probably be another white peace. Oh, and Tibet is gone. Good job you're only changing their government form, isn't it, India? But India's starting to get pretty big very quickly. They're pretty much not being checked either. Like, China are very busy right now. And 3 wars. We're back to 3 wars, which was how we started the episode. That's nice, after a crazy burst of madness that I just couldn't keep control of. That is the problem with this, compared to maybe Civ 5 battles. I mean, it's not so obvious what's going on, and there's no notifications or anything either. I'm surprised Lithuania and Estonia are still alive, by the way. I mean, Lithuania are guaranteeing Estonia, but they're not the greatest allies in the world, and Iceland is definitely not going to save Lithuania, if in doubt. Britain's still trying their hardest. How is another war ended? Belgium Congo has grown a little. Okay, they've grown a lot bigger. British East Africa taken a pretty big hit, and they are now very small. That's not good for them. Just down to 2 wars now, and now China is getting crushed. Minus 12 war score. That's not good. There's a lot of troops, as you can see, a lot of 1 stacks popping up. But look at this, Manchukuo entering a big battle. And they're actually losing Manchukuo, to be fair. Manchukuo are less technologically advanced than the Soviets and the Chinese. The Soviets may fall behind China if they're not careful, for not embracing the institution. They should be fine because they've got plenty more stuff. Plenty more stuff? What am I on about? They should be fine for now. It's not going to happen instantly. The French side, I kept saying France, but it is obviously this small nation here that are likely to get their independence and then probably be invaded by someone like this nation. Malacca or Thailand. I don't know of Thailand, but they've been here all game. Maybe I've just neglected them because they've not really done anything. Minus 16. Soviet Union. There's just a lot of stacks everywhere, which isn't going to be helpful. China are a lot of troops, but they're all just reinforcing that 1 stack that's pushing as hard as they can into Manchukuo. Meanwhile, the Soviets just gobble up all the land. Minus 4 though, so it has turned a little bit the tide. How the heck did this happen? This is why the tide is changing. There is 120,000 Chinese troops in the area of Russia that actually matters. And there's a 50 stack from the Soviet Union. They're going to need more than that. This could be the greatest tactical play by China ever. At least for war score. Maybe a dumb idea really, because obviously all your people are being slaughtered, kind of. Sadly. Not good. But that's probably what's going on, I'm afraid. Not good. Nothing else really going on. Obviously this British war is kind of huge and very difficult to keep track of. Oh, it just ended though. I have no idea what happened. Some of the British colonies just got sort of a bit smaller. Did you get your independence, Kedah? Yeah, you did. Good job. Any other British nations get their independence? That is the other big question. I have no idea. Literally no idea. They all seem to still be colonies, so probably not. I mean, if they did, they'll all get their name changes very soon, and we might notice. Your name changed from British Pacific to British Indonesia. Are you now free? Nope, it's just part of Great Britain. Okay. Well, just one big war. Oh, no, Brazil v Spanish La Plata. Okay, well, goodbye, Spanish La Plata. Your time was good in this game, too. You were good to have along for the ride, but you are going to die now. And China's still losing. That is not much of a surprise. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why China lost here, because China should be doing strong. I mean, they've got those troops out in the west. I mean, this could be making an impact. But they're coming home now anyway. The Soviets are here, so they'd never be able to get Moscow. So it's interesting, but they can try their hardest, I guess. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.